You hear that? That's the awkward silence of a family dinner after you just got caught vaping. Most vapes contain high levels of nicotine and disappointment. Brought to you by The Real Cost and the FDA.
This episode is brought to you by Kia's first 3-row all-electric SUV, the Kia EV9, with available all-wheel drive and seating for up to 7 adults, with a 0 to 60 speed that thrills you 1 minute, and available reclining lounge seats that unwind you the next. Visit kia.com/EV9 to learn more. Ask your Kia dealer for availability. No system, no matter how advanced, can compensate for all driver error and or driving conditions. Always drive safely.
Listen to the 48 Hours podcast for shocking murder cases and compelling real-life dramas from one of television's most watched true crime shows. Go behind the scenes of each episode with award-winning CBS News correspondents and producers in Postmortem, a weekly deep dive. Listen to 48 Hours wherever you get your podcasts.
Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, doing another calling out the gaming industry, because a lot has happened since I did the previous episodes. And, just from playing PC games, Xbox games, PlayStation games, Nintendo Switch games, I can go in order of all the different issues I've had with each individual platform, because nah, man, my thing is this, I try my best to have fun with video games, right? And when I play a video game, I'm not trying to get stressed out when playing it. I'm not trying to get a headache when playing a video game. I'm not trying to feel any sorts of anger. Now, when I compare gaming back then to gaming now, gaming back then, it was like, if I could say that the one reason why I would rage on the video game is because it was hard, right? And I feel that there's like a part of me when it's like when I play a hard video game, I want to accomplish that. I want to beat that game. There is the one game that I played called Armored Core 6. I can't remember if I had talked on that in the last series, if I had played that game before or after I had did the series of episodes where I was talking on that game. But anyways, I play that game, right? And the first level was hard. And the thing is this, in my mind, I knew I could get past that first level, but I gave it up. I stopped playing it because I was like, nope, I'm not going to sit here and play a game where it's like, if you give me weapons to use and that's not useful, that's not going to help, and I got to use some energy sword. That's what people were saying, and then that was something that I had saw in the video or read online somehow, some way. But anyways, my thing is this, if you give me weapons, if I see something charging at me, right, and I have a knife and a gun, I am using the gun. But if they're saying, oh, the knife is gonna, if like a wild animal of some sorts, I'm like, you mean to tell me using an energy sword, a lightsaber pretty much, right? If I gotta wait for this thing to get up close on me versus hot metal going through flesh, going through bone, going through whatever, talking on a bullet, projecting out of a gun that can be shot at some distance, you mean to tell me, or even a missile, bro, that was something where I was playing that game. I was like, the thing is this, I know I can beat that game, but at the same time, I'm not trying to play a game where they're gonna have some stuff in there and it's like, it's not gonna work. I don't get that, and that's the thing is this. That's how I knew that I was in the right on that situation, because there was other people that was agreeing with me. Now, yes, there were some people that were disagreeing with me. They were getting a little upset because I was talking on their favorite video game. And I'm like, fam, I could care less if this is your favorite video game or not. My thing is this, if I'm playing this game, I'm spending the money on playing the game. You ain't put nothing in on this game. So it's just when they be wanting to do that, they want to criticize me on if I like a game or if I don't like a game, if I have issues with a game or not having, I'm not trying to hear any of that. That's not going to make me want to go back out and play the game. So that's why I'm like, nah, it's just there's people out there where I'm all like, you very well cannot say nothing, and I think that everybody will be okay. Like just avoid talking to people. That's my advice to just some people out there. They want to get mad at a person because they don't know how to get through a level in a game. I'm like, it's just like they want to get mad over stuff like that. I'm like, it just easily shows like how messed up your brain is. I don't know what it is. Maybe a shoelace is missing, maybe a screw is missing, but something is missing in your head. All right, so. But anyways, other than that, but it was like that. The thing is like I do want to go back and play that game because I felt myself when playing it. I felt it in me that I can play that or that I can go beat that game and not have no issues with it. Yeah, I'm probably gonna die a bunch of different times, but I'm like the thing is this. I just know that I could get through that game. So there probably is gonna be a day where me and Armored Core 6 will cross paths again. But for the time speaking, now, yeah, that game can go die in a hole and burn in a fire, and I'm like, I will not lose any amount of sleep over it. All right, so. Anyways, but yeah, other than that, so yeah, that was like PC gaming and stuff. Like, if I could just sit down and just talk on PC gaming, it's like, there's a lot of different games out there on PC where they just, and the one game that I had played that they just recently added it to Steam, but the game Overwatch. Now, I wanted to sit down and talk on that game. There's going to be a lot of shots being thrown at a lot of different developers and games and companies out there and stuff, because I'm like, what were the developers smoking, right? And I think from what I've heard, they had been teasing this for some time. But so they so-called claim that they were going to be adding a story mode in the game. Ain't said nothing about you having to pay for it. They just said that it's going to be added into the game, unless I missed the memo where they said there's going to be something that you have to pay for. But if not that, this game comes out, right? Or no, it was available to download on Steam. So, download the game on Steam. One thing I didn't like about it was that they wanted me to sign in. And I was like, fam, this is a video game. It's not a social media platform. It's a video game. Did you have to sign into games back when you played stuff on the PlayStation 2? Or even so much as the PlayStation 3? Or Xbox 360, OG Xbox, games in the 90s, games in the 80s? Did you have to sign into any of those games? No. Why is that even an option in Overwatch 2? That don't make me feel safe when playing the game. But okay, the thing is this: if your guys' game is that weak in security, you guys should not be releasing games. Like, that don't make no sense to me. But anyways, so the game I remember I deleted it, but I ended up downloading it again because I saw my friend Miss Fufu playing it. Shout out to Miss Fufu. So anyways, I download the game, and I was like, fam, I really want to play this story mode because I was like, I'm curious to see what it's about. I download the game, sign in, do all that extra stuff, go to try to play the story mode. You got to pay for it. So my thing is this: why make the game free? I think people are misunderstanding what free is. Free means that whatever product is being given out, the whole product is free, not parts of it is free. And I think that's what a lot of these games need to start doing, like or platforms more so, like Steam, Epic Games, Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, all that stuff. They need to have it where a game says partially free, meaning that, yeah, there's some things that you are going to have to pay for in the game, or that the game needs to say free. But I get so sick and tired of playing the game, and they so-called claim that it's free, and it's not free. My time isn't even free when playing that game. So that's why I'm like, fam, it really upsets me that they go and they tease this story mode just to have it where you gotta pay for it. And I'm like, you mean to tell me you guys... And so what's funny, right, is that the game they released it on Steam, because originally before, they didn't want people to see the reviews for the game, so they had it on, whatchamacallit, it was like the platform Battle.net. They had it on Battle.net for the longest, and then they, on my birthday, actually, they released it on Steam. That game has an overwhelmingly negative rating. An overwhelming negative rating. Is that good? Is that it's having a negative rating for your guys' video game? Is that good? Because I would like to know. Because if it's not good, fam, why is this game still available? Why are you charging people money to play even parts of the game? Because there ain't nothing in that game worth buying. I'm sorry, not really sorry, but at the same time, yeah, there's not nothing in that game worth buying. So why are you guys charging people money for this game if there ain't nothing in that game worth buying? Literally, Overwatch 1, in my opinion, was much more funner than what Overwatch 2. Literally, Overwatch 2 is just Overwatch 1 with a little bit different colors and a 2. My thing is this. I don't get why developers make it seem like, oh, if we slap a 2 in front of our game, it therefore makes it a completely different game. It's not different. Unless you guys are adding different things in the game, then that makes it different. But other than that, Overwatch 2, in my opinion, is the same game. And maybe if they would have had it where you can play the campaign missions for free, then maybe it would have been a different game. But other than that, same game that came out back in 2016? Same exact game. Ain't nothing changed about it. So that's why I'm like, look, my thing is this. If you want people to play your guys' game, you need to either have it where it's like you pay money, and this is what I said in the last episode I did where I talked on calling out the gaming industry. You either need to have it where the game is free, not free to play, not partially free. If the game is free, everything that needs to be free, not some of it, all of it. Or have it where we pay a small time one payment fee of $59.99, $69.99, $39.99, have whatever price you guys want to make it. It needs to be that price, and then you get to play all that stuff. But this whole let's say the game is free, but it's really not free, that stuff has to end. Because it's getting real annoying, bro. It's getting real annoying when I'm looking at games and it's like, oh, okay, this game says it's free. Download it. Oh, you got to buy this to play this part. Oh, you got to download this to do this. You got it. I'm like, fam, who do you think is playing your guys' game? Like, that's what I would like to know. Because if you think the gaming community is supporting whatever game you got going, if your game is an overwhelmingly negative rating, then that means that the gaming community don't support it. I take the game out of stores. Do whatever you need to do to it. But it's like, that don't make no sense to me where a game from developers, they've been working on games for years. How do you guys fall off? Like, let's just see some of the games that the Overwatch devs. Let's just see some of Blizzard Entertainment. Okay, Blizzard Entertainment, Wikipedia, games, main franchise. You guys have made the Diablo series, the World of Warcraft series. What are some other games have you guys made? StarCraft. That's about it. That's about it. And it's like, you mean to tell me you guys come from those successful series? Of course the series is successful if you guys have made all these different versions of it, but you guys come from this successful series, but yet you have a game that's available on Steam with, let's just read it out again, an overwhelmingly negative rating. And the thing is this, they have it on there where all reviews and recent reviews overwhelmingly negative. That's not good. Like, that's something that they need to really understand. And even all the other DLCs and stuff that they have with it, there's one thing that came with this game. It's the Hero Collection, where that's a very negative. But the Invasion Ultimate Bundle and then the Invasion Bundle, overwhelmingly negative ratings. How does that, my thing is this, how does that happen? How does it, what do you guys personally think? Like, talking to Blizzard Entertainment, what do you guys personally think? Why do you guys think that your game got an overwhelmingly negative rating? That don't make no sense to me on how y'all have been making video games since 1994. When was this company created? There's founded in 1991. And so you guys have been killing it, doing some games for 32 years now. 32 years, 1991, you do the math, 32 years, right? You mean to tell me that your recent game, after you guys done came out with, no, hold on for a second. Let me see how many, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44 games. And that's not including Overwatch 2. Overwatch 2 would make it 45, of course, but overall, if y'all don't know math, but anyways, y'all done came out with 40 plus games, and you mean to tell me that Overwatch 2 has that much of a bad rating? Close your guys' company down. Close the company down. If you guys don't know what to do with a video game, then close the company down. Because if that shows me that all these other games that you guys done came, and no, the thing is this, back then, oh, they wouldn't have done no stuff like that. Nah, what they got going on right now with Overwatch 2, nah, they wouldn't have done no stuff like that with their game. No, of course, back then during the Xbox 360 and Xbox and PlayStation 2, 3 era, no, they making sure of it that they come out with a good, fully developed video game. But nowadays, it's like developers, they just be halving it, bro. They don't be working on games like how they used to. They put in the amount of time it took them to work on a game like 10, 15 years ago. They like to spread that out throughout the years and then make it seem like that they're doing something. Y'all are lazy. Like, no, if I'm gonna sit down and be truthfully honest with gaming developers, you guys are lazy. It's sad that the gaming community gotta come out with mods and all this other stuff because you guys want to be lazy. The only time where I feel like that the developers, it was like they ran out of things to do because it was like they came out with everything that they needed to come out with. Fortnite. That's the one game where it was like they came out with a story mode. People went back, played that, they liked it. They came out with the Battle Royale mode. People liked it, all right? What else could you possibly do with that game? Yeah, then they came out with like the PvP, like team deathmatch type modes. They did everything that they possibly could. They added different characters in the game. So my thing is this, they left it up to the the community to showcase their development talents, and they go out and develop a video game of some sorts within Fortnite. And look how that turns out. Fortnite's one of the biggest games in the world. You have so many people playing that versus games where it's like developers so-called claim, oh, we put all this time and effort into our games. How? When? Where? How? Like, I'm trying to figure that out, bruh. I'm really trying to figure it out. When at any point in time did Blizzard Entertainment reconsider doing something different with Overwatch? You mean to tell me slapping a 2 on that game and adding a bogus campaign mode that was doing something? Shut down your company. Shut down Bungie, Activision, 2K. Oh my god, let's sit down and talk about 2K for a moment. So I did not go out and buy the latest NBA 2K because I'm like, I'm not going to waste my money on that game. If any game in this world needs to be free, it is that game. But so anyways, NBA 2K24, that game comes out. Oh, they want to make it all, special because they put Kobe Bryant on the game. And it's like, the thing is this. I have no disrespect, no issues, none of that with Kobe Bryant. And it's good that they did that. But at the same time, don't use Kobe Bryant's legacy, name, face, none of that to sell your guys' video game. Because the only content that I have been seeing of that game is how broken that game is. You mean to tell me, I saw the latest video that I seen today, they showed Michael Jordan facing the crowd. He shoots the ball, and the ball went sideways and into the hoop. When at any given point in time did you see somebody shoot a ball like that? That's talking to the 2K developers. That goes for the NBA, the WNBA, leagues overseas. the little league, the elderly league, at any given point in time. And your guys' quote unquote years of watching basketball, when have you guys ever seen somebody do some stuff like that? Or no, the one glitch that everybody has been experiencing where players get stuck on the basketball hoop and they just start glitching out and going crazy. When have you guys ever seen that in the game of basketball? Throughout the years, when was basketball invented? Hold on for a second. When was basketball invented? I asked when was it invented, and they're showing me like the stats for the WNBA, and I'm like, that is not what I typed up. Who first invented basketball? James Naismith? Is that how you say his name? Okay. When was basketball invented and who invented it? There's like the game was invented by Springfield college instructor and graduate student James Naismith in 1891. So you mean to tell me in the years of basketball being a sport from 1891 all the way up until 2023, at what point in time in basketball history, unless it was some Home Alone type stuff where you got Macaulay Culkin putting super glue on a basketball hoop and one of them guys getting stuck, unless that happened in one of the multiple Home Alone movies, if Kevin McAllister did some stuff like that, okay, cool. I can understand that being an Easter egg. It is a bug. It is a glitch. Do you think, my thing is this, do you think that would have slid back in 10, 15 years ago? Honestly, do you think that would have slid with people if that was the games that was coming out? That just shows me how lazy developers are. Because, my thing is this. When I think of glitches, when I think of bugs, I think of something that I can laugh about. I think of something where it's for an example, Grand Theft Auto 4. I'm pretty sure everybody knows where I'm going at when we talking on bugs and glitches in that game. But when playing that game for the first time, I didn't notice any bugs. I didn't notice any glitches. They sat down. They actually had worked on that game. I don't know what they got in the future for other games, but they sat down and worked on that game. They did stuff with that game. Now, the one bug in there that they didn't even bother fixing because they seen how many people was having fun with it was the swing set bug in there. So what happened for those that didn't get a chance to play in Grand Theft Auto 4? So there was this swing set where it was at this park, right? Of course. But anyways, you drive a car up to the swing set, right? You park the car at a point where it's kind of pent up against the swing set. All of a sudden, your car just goes flying across the map. I laughed about that stuff because I remember my friends when they showed me that it was those types of bugs or glitches that made the nights gaming with the friends special. But my thing is this, if I'm playing a game with my friends, right, in this day and age, if I'm a kid growing up in this day and age, and I feel so sad, I feel so bad for the kids that's growing up in this day and age where they're playing the games that's out right now, and they probably looking at some of the games that I was playing when I was their age, and they're probably like, fam, it is a complete 180 of gaming. What happened? But my thing is this. But again, talking on the bugs and glitches and stuff, if it's something funny to laugh about, okay. But if not, and I'm like, fam, I done spent $60-something on this game, there ain't nothing funny about that. There is nothing funny about that at all. But the thing is this, and the difference between that is that I'm in the middle of a game. Grand Theft Auto, you were just driving around having fun. So I'm trying to figure out at what point in time in the years of basketball from 1891 to 2023, at what point in time did you see, I'm going to just look it up, basketball player gets stuck on who? Basketball player gets stuck on hoop. Draymond Green free throw gets stuck. Okay, the basketball itself, but not basketball player. Basketball player gets ball stuck. Yeah. My ball always is. So yeah, they're talking on the ball getting stuck, but not the basketball player. That's what I looked up. That's never happened in basketball history. So 2K, shut down. Shut it all down. Take the games out of stores, all that stuff. And that don't make no sense where it's and that's where it's such a waste of money. They'll have games from last year still on shelves and then thinking people are going to that's just them trying to make as much money as they possibly can off of whatever games that they got out. So anyways, moving on and stuff, talking on some other games and things. So now it's like I'm trying to think. Yeah, that was just I was because I was like that's what I was originally gonna do, was just kind of go in line of just all the different games. But so anyways, yeah, it was like PC and all that stuff. Oh yeah, by the way, yeah, NBA 2K, for those wondering, does that game got an overwhelmingly negative rating on PC? It does. If you check on Steam, I believe it still does, because they want to pour it over instead of adding the new edition, or not the new, but the next gen edition, and they still got it where the other games on the other NBA 2K games, they still cost $60. I want to talk on that though, games being overpriced. But anyways, no, yeah, if you look up the ratings for NBA 2K24, yeah, it has an overwhelmingly negative, because they're porting over the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 version on PC instead of the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 version. That don't make no sense to me. But so anyways, moving on though, talking on something else. So this game in particular, I can't say that I have any like issues more so with gameplay, but it's what they have in the game, and that's something that I have an issue with, where it's like, why does every video game out there feel like they need to add some sort of insects in it? Like, oh, let's add some giant creepy looking bug, let's add some giant creepy looking spider, and I'm like, who do you think he's playing these games? Of one of those bug exterminator people? Yeah, they might get a kick out of it, but me, on the other hand, the one that will call a bug exterminator, yeah, I'm not getting a kick out of that at all. So it's like, why does stuff like that, why do they feel like in every video game possible they need to add some stuff like that when nobody asked for it? Like, that's something that I was like, no, like, the people behind Starfield, it's like, you come out with a mod or come out with a thing where it turns that stuff off, all the insects and the creepy looking things in there and things, turn that stuff off, have it where it's like, if we just going up against pirates or whoever it is in the game that exists, security, I don't care. But my thing is this, you guys can turn all that stuff off and just have it where we're exploring planets and doing all that stuff, and then yeah, if we want to turn that stuff on, we very well can. But it's like, I guarantee and I promise you, the game still would have been successful if they didn't have all that stuff. And the fact that they have a history for adding those things into the games, like Fortnite, Skyrim, or not Fortnite, Fallout, it's another game. It's game starting with an F, and I was like, yeah, just got myself distracted. But anyways, there's no reason to be, I was stretching a little bit, but there's no reason to add those things in the game. And people don't like it when you can go on the website and look it up, like where they got mods to take those things out of the game. So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, bro, there ain't no reason to be adding all of that. Don't get me wrong, Starfield, from what I played, it was cool. I liked it. But it's just when they got things jumping out of corners wanting to scare, I'm like, bro, that just eliminates the fun from the game. I'm like, I'm trying to play this game. It's an adventure game, right? If it's a horror game, say that. If it's an adventure game, I'm there for the adventures. I'm not there to be out here killing off all these different, so I don't know. Maybe they might do something with that game, but if not, then yeah, that's going to be a game where it's like I'm playing it on special occasions, but playing it just to play it, yeah, nah, I'm good. So, but anyways, PlayStation, I'm like, yeah, they decided, oh, we're wanting to raise the prices of PlayStation Plus, yet they ain't got nothing comparing it to Xbox Game Pass. They ain't got nothing compared to Xbox Game Pass. You can't even play the PlayStation games on PC. Versus Xbox, you can play their games on PC. That's how I even had played Starfield. I have their subscription service, and I played Starfield on PC. I ended up switching to console because it was a little bit more optimized. But other than that, it's like, fam, Sony, you guys should not be out there raising the prices of nothing that you got, all right? So, anyways, and then, yeah, Nintendo Switch, just, I guess trying to, like, rapidly go through this. Their games are overpriced. You got games, today I go out and I buy Super Mario Maker 2, right? Now, I don't remember when exactly that game came out, but when I was playing it, I saw when that game came out. And you mean to tell me a game that came out back in 2019 still cost $60? Let's just see some games that came out back in 2019. Games that came out in 2019. The Outer Worlds. You can actually play that game for free if you have the Xbox Game Pass, but that game, 1979. Let's see. Sekiro Shadow Die Twice. How much that game cost? Let's see real quick. That game, you could get the Game of the Year edition, which means it probably is going to come with a bunch of different things. But yeah, $59.99. Let's see some other games. Control, I know for a fact that game is dirt cheap. But anyways, that game came, or no, you could get that game for $10, right? $10 game. Let's see some other popular games that came out. Mortal Kombat 11. I feel like that was a pretty popular game, but that game, it cost $49.99. Let's see some other games that they got that came out and stuff. Apex Legends came in. That game is free. The Division 2, I know that game is dirt cheap. What are some other games? World War Z, no, that game is dirt cheap. Yeah, there was a lot of Generation Zero. That game is cheap too. Death Stranding, that game is cheap. All these games that came out back then, and you mean to tell me that is the one game that still costs $60? And what's crazy about Nintendo Switch is that, so Super Mario Maker, to explain to you guys what that game is, so you get to play other people's customized, I might have even have talked on this in the previous episodes and stuff, but it's just, that's how stressed out gaming got me, where I'm like, I don't even remember if I had talked on that stuff, because this is everyday issues, bruh. Everyday issues. But anyway, Super Mario Maker is a game where you get to, people custom, or they create their own like Mario tracks and not tracks, but games, right? They like levels and things. You people create it, and Mario, and so Nintendo, they're like, oh well, on top of the $60 that you're already paying for the game, we're gonna try. And the crazy thing about it was that they never, I think I did talk on this, where it was like their subscription service, they just randomly added that crap. And I'm thinking to myself, there is no reason to add a subscription service to your guys' gaming platform if the games already cost a lot of money. So that's why I'm like, yeah, man, gaming right now, if somebody were to ask me, is right now the best time to get into gaming? No, it is not. Save your money, save your time, go and get into something else. Paint, read books, freaking go out and watch movies. At least you'll get more entertainment out of that than playing games that's halfway built, games that are too expensive, games that so-called claim they're free but they're not. Yeah, it's just gaming right now, it's just it's pointless. So but anyways, yeah, I feel like I said everything I needed to say about gaming and stuff. I'm so sick and tired of video games, and it's like, and I play them because it's like, it's, you know, it's a part of my job. It's like, comes with content creating, I guess. So but anyways, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Make sure you follow me across all social media platforms at TMossBoss. And also make sure you use my promo code for Rogue Energy and SeatGeek. The promo code is TMossBoss. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.